Did you know that there's 13 types of intimacy that you can experience in marriage, and sex is only one of them? In fact, sex is supposed to be the celebration of intimacy you've established before you've ever reached the bedroom. And so you really need to be intentionally working on the other 12 so that you have something to celebrate by the time you get to the bedroom. So we're going to run down the list. First, we've got aesthetic intimacy. This is all about the sort of Instagram moments, the moments of beauty. And then we've got commitment intimacy. This is about how far you've come and where you're going. Communication intimacy, pretty self-explanatory. And then we've got conflict intimacy. I'm really bad at the screen stuff. We've got conflict intimacy. Conflict should bring you closer as a couple. If it hasn't dropped already, I am very soon dropping a podcast on how conflict intimacy can help your marriage. So make sure that you are following the Go Have Good Sex podcast so that you can learn about conflict intimacy. We've got creative intimacy. These are sort of like your paint and sip nights, repainting a room together, being creative together. My husband and I used to do community theater, so we got to be creative on stage together. And then we've got crisis intimacy. How do you handle crisis as a couple? Do you fall apart? Do you argue? Or does a crisis bring you closer together? And we've got emotional intimacy. There's a million resources out there for that. And we've got intellectual intimacy. Are you learning things together? Are you talking about the things that you have learned? Parenting intimacy. I just dropped a podcast on parenting intimacy, so go listen to that on the Go Have Good Sex podcast featuring the Christian Sexpert. Recreational intimacy. When couples come to me with libido differences, the first thing I ask is, when was the last time you had fun together? Because usually fun is the first thing to go in a marriage, and a lot of problems can be traced back to, are you having fun together? And I mean, obviously trauma and things like that, but for a generally good marriage, I think a lot of people just forget to have fun. This is one of my favorite ones to talk about. Obviously, sexual intimacy, spiritual intimacy. Are you praying together? Are you going to church together? Are you serving your community together? And work intimacy. Don't make it weird. Don't show up at their office, but work is working towards common goals. So recession hobbies are actually a form of work intimacy and recreational intimacy blended, because gardening, you are working towards a common goal, but a lot of people find that to be a recreational activity that they can do together. One of the things that I specialize in my coaching with couples is creating a plan, a customized plan, tailored to your life, of ways to intentionally focus on the other 12 types of intimacy so that your sexual intimacy can start to flow more freely. And I find that a lot of couples just need some sort of plan to be intentional about the intimacy because they just don't know where to start. They've sort of lost that connection. They've forgotten how to have fun, and everything else kind of falls apart around it. So if you want to set up coaching with me, hop over to my website. You can schedule it right from there. And let's get you started on intentionally focusing on all of the intimacies so that you can start having good sex.